Hi guys, this is Jake from Canadian Cutting Edge, and today I'm going to show off the sharpening system that I am currently using. If you've been with the channel for a while, you noticed a couple months ago I asked for some financial support to be able to get the sharpening system that I had in mind. I've been using basically the Lansky type system for a while, and with my bone diseases and stuff and the chronic pain I have and the increased arthritis in my hands, I needed something that works a little bit better. And so I found a system that I thought would work really well. And it's around $500 US, and it can go up with all the options and stuff. But it's a system that I could lock down and then be able to use with just one hand. More than often, it's my right hand that gets sore first. So I could use one hand to do it. And, financially, it's just not working out for that. And so I've contacted a knife sharpening company, and they sent me one of their sharpeners to test and to review. And I can say whatever I want about it. And, I don't test things, I don't do reviews on anything unless the company says I can say what I want. But they want to see what I say. So I got the Work Sharpener. This is the main one that's been out for a while. This is the WSKTS WorkSharp Knife and Tool Sharpener. It can sharpen filleting knives, kitchen knives, outdoor knives, fun knives, folding knives of any type. It can even help sharpen serrated edges. I haven't figured out how to sharpen serrated edges on this yet, but I've seen videos where people are doing it. And I have almost no knives with serrated edges anyways. Actually, I don't think I have one at all right now. So I can't demonstrate how to sharpen serrated edges. But, it can also sharpen scissors. You can sharpen a lawnmower blade with this thing. You can sharpen just about any piece of steel that's supposed to be sharp. What do you need? Well, first you need to go out and buy one of these. It's going to cost you, if you're in the US, it's going to be around, I think, 60, 70 bucks. Maybe I'm even way too high on that. I'll check on Amazon.com and some other places what it is, and I'll put it on the screen below in both US prices and Canadian prices. And what it really amounts to on my channel, where I've got a lot of budget knives, like this knife was right around $10 US. Or let me grab another knife. Here we've got a Kershaw. This is more like $20, $25 US. Well, this knife, for 3 of them, I can get this. So I don't have to save up for an awful long time to get one of these. So if you have a knife collection of just about any size, if you have more than 2, 3 knives, if your kitchen has more than 2, 3, 4 knives, it's a good idea to have a good sharpening system to take care of it. And I personally think, and I'm being totally, honest of my opinion of this thing already, I think this knife sharpener is the only thing you really need. It will give you edges that are sharp enough to use every day. I've already recorded this video once, and I babbled on for an hour before I realized what it was. So I'm going to have to go a little bit quicker, and I won't be able to demonstrate the cutting edges exactly because I've already sharpened all of these things. But I'll show you how it works. You can use it without any attachments at all in this kind of fashion. Imagine with me that this is a lawnmower blade. Make it hang over the edge of a table or something. And, then you can turn it on and you can sharpen that edge. It has a momentary switch that turns off as soon as you let go of it. And it's got an on-off switch. So you can use it either way. And so, yeah, you go across the edge and it'll make your lawnmower blade or whatever sharp. What you see on this unit right now is the purplish kind of belt. This is the fine belt that comes with it. You get you get 6 belts with the system, 3 different grits. You've got this purple one, you've got 2 purple ones, 2 brown ones, and 2 green ones. The green is the coarse, the brown or deep red is the medium, and this purple or gray is your fine. And it's really easy to switch the blades out. It's really easy to switch the belts out. You just pull down on this spring unit and you take the belt out. So what we have here is just a spring with a bearing on top, and you just push down to take your belt off. You've got a roller here and a roller here. So when you want to put on your belt, you just, and it's hard to do from right here because I'm not able to see what I'm doing. Let me turn it up this way so I can see what I'm doing. You just put your belt in that slot and bring it up. So you tuck it in on both sides there, and you push the spring down and move the belt over to the middle and give it a quick pulse, and it'll center itself. You have to be fairly close before you do that pulse. Don't have it way off and wonky and stuff. All right, so that's good. Your main guide system is this one, the one that's in black. You've got 2 bolts at the back here with nuts on them. Don't move those, leave them. This thing just slides over top and goes into where those 2 bolts are, and then it's solid. And when you want to cut a knife, when you want to sharpen a knife, you just start on one side and you lean it away from the belt onto this piece of plastic and you pull it through. While the motor's running, you do the other side, you lean it towards the plastic and you pull it through. It's really that simple. And you just, for most of your knives, you're going to start on the medium and then do the fine. The only time you want to use this green one is if you want to start with a really, you don't want to, but you need to start with a really dull knife or something that's gotten damaged tremendously, or your lawnmower blades or stuff like that, a garden hoe, what have you. You want to start with this green one on those. And you just pull them through and it works. When you buy this, it comes with a DVD. You can go to the website and watch some videos on how to use it. They've got very clear instructions in the packaging, and they've got other types of belts that come as well. You can get different replacement kits and all kinds of other systems that you can use in addition to this. If you like spending more money and you always want to get the best of everything, they've got an upgrade version of this, which is the Ken Onion WorkSharp, bigger motor, wider belts, stuff like that. And now they've just come out with a smaller one of these, which looks more like a short, bulky thing. So it still goes in the triangle shape, but it's shorter and bulkier. Just go to WorkSharp on the internet. I'll put the address right here on the screen. And I'll also put a link that you can click on in the description below, and you'll be able to see whichever one you want. If you're just a guy who likes knives and you like watching knife reviews and you've only got 2-3 knives, whatever, buy that cheapest system. It's really all you're going to need. The regular collector who has 30, 40, 50, 60 knives, you're probably going to want this. If you've got knives into the hundreds, you'll probably want to get the Ken Onion WorkSharp, just because bigger, wider blade, it's going to go a little bit faster. But this goes very quick already. All you need to do is put your knife in. It works best if you stand up. You put your knife in. And that's all you do. You do that 2, 3, 4 times and you go answer the phone. That was fun. That was my wife. I like talking to her. She'll be home soon from work, which means I need to hurry up here. So that's all you need to do. You go through 3, maybe 4 times at the most. You do a little nail nick test to see, if you want to see how sharp the edge is. or you do your fingertip very lightly across the edge of the steel to see what it's like. You do your eye test. If you can't see any nicks on there at all and everything seems even, you go ahead, you swap this out, you put on your purple belt, and you again do it 2 times, roughly about half the number of times that you needed to do with the where is it? Oh, the purple one's on here, or the brown one. I find that this dark, fine, grayish purple one, I need to do only about half as much passes as I do with that fine grit. That's just a rough estimate. Your mileage may vary. You know, there's all kinds of variants on there. The black one has an angle of 25 degrees, of 20 degrees on each side, which means you come to a 40-degree tip from one side up to the other side of your cutting edge is about 40 degrees. That's most common with kitchen knives. It's also quite common on really fine blades folders. So small folders that have a thin spined blade, you know, or like a filleting knife that has a really thin spined blade. You know, the cutting edge is facing me. I'm not being dangerous. You're going to want to use this guide for that. On your larger knives, certainly on your bigger fixed blades that you go out into the bush, you're going to want this larger one. And as you can see on there, it does 25 degrees, so an equal amount of 50. Now your knives might come at a different degree from the factory wherever it's made. It might take a little while to get what you have into this particular degree. So the first time you're sharpening a knife that, you know, say you bought a new knife, you've used it until it's dull enough that you need to sharpen it. Your very first time using the WorkSharp, you might have to use it a little bit longer than you think it needs. This thing makes my edges hair-popping sharp. And so my bigger, heavier blades, I use this gray guide for, and my thin spined blades, I use this guide for. And like I said before, my lawnmower blades and stuff, I don't use a guide at all, and I just run across it. So thanks for watching. Remember to hit like, share with somebody who needs to get a sharpening system that you know of. Please say something in the comments. I just like hearing from you guys. I like the chatter back and forth in the comment section. It makes my day, gives me something good to do. And remember, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb.